Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It's time for another ServiceNow Store highlights episode. That's SSH 2025-0317. You could even call it your St. Patrick's Day SSH episode. We have special this week. Yokohama released general availability last week, March the 12th, and that means this episode has a lot more applications than usual. Mostly fixes and minor updates and compatibility updates coming from ServiceNow, but we have 262 new, updated, or removed applications in the ServiceNow store, which includes 58 compatibility updates, 67 fixes, 3 ghosts, 5 highlights, 106 minor updates, 18 new releases, and unfortunately 5 release notes fails. Let's open up that episode and start diving into the details. We've got the list view here, and I'm just going to group them by category so we can run through them like we normally do. And I'm not going to read off these hundreds and 50s and 58 and 57. We're just going to get to the good stuff. But you can see there, 58 compatibility updates, 67 fixes. Let's check out these 3 ghost applications. They all are related to site reliability, which has been sunsetted. In fact, if I open up the application record, I believe it explained in there what's going on. So where is the application? Here's the store application. Let's open that record. And in the version history or the release notes, it's not on this one. So let's go choose a different one. Let's do the site reliability operations. I think that might be the one that I saw the references to what's going on. Okay. The store application is in the process of being deprecated for the new service reliability management application. So that's what's going on. These 3 ghost applications are related to site reliability, and it's being deprecated for service. What was that? Service reliability. So I'll click on them. I'm still not going to open in the store because they're gone. But those are the 3 ghost applications. We did have 5 release notes fails. That means I couldn't look through the release notes to tell you what's new or updated on these applications. That was license-wise, Neuron 7.ai Core App, SGC Central, Software Asset Management Integration with SAP S/4HANA Cloud, and Supplier Lifecycle Operations Integration with SAP. Those last 3 were ServiceNow, and they are either repeated release notes, no release notes. Most of the time when ServiceNow does no release notes on an update like this, I'll put a compatibility update, but they didn't even have that for theirs, so I put them in the release note fails. All right, enough about that. Let's get to what you're probably waiting for, is the new releases for this episode. First up on the list is going to be AirLink/Light Session UI, a UI component for AirLink Remote Visual Support. Is the description there, and the key features: UI component to support AirLink Remote Visual Support application in configurable workspaces. Now, this is one of those, what I've seen ServiceNow called these hidden apps or dependent apps. It's not an app you really go get from the store and download. It comes usually along with a different app. So that's what's going on there with these components. All right, next up, from the same author, or the same vendor, it looks like, AirLink Remote Visual Support. Provide real-time video assistance with AR-powered visual remote support. Let's check out those key features. Integration with AirLink to enable remote visual support from ServiceNow. AirLink is a powerful remote expert assistance tool designed to streamline support and troubleshooting by enabling live, real-time video collaboration between experts and field technicians or customers. The integration enables agents to create and start remote sessions in ServiceNow on any task record. And that's what's new from the team at InSource Inc. Our third new release is going to be Census ASM to CMDB integration. Close visibility gaps by sending your externally facing Census ASM assets to ServiceNow CMDB. Key features: reduce shadow IT, ensure that all externally facing assets are managed by your IT team, eliminating gaps in your visibility, ensure asset compliance, detect and patch out of compliance assets by syncing censuses, port and protocol detection to ServiceNow CMDB, and single pane of glass for internet exposure. Centralize your assets within ServiceNow CMDB, removing the need to monitor multiple locations. And that's what's new from Census Inc. Our next new release is Cisco DC Networking. Inventory, Discover, Automated Ticketing, and Orchestration for Cisco ACI, NDFC, and NX-OS. Key features: oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm going to read the summary at the top, but there's, for those of you who are listening, there's a lot more in a bulleted list below that I'll lose my voice if I try to read all of those in this episode. So the summary is Cisco DC networking application uses the mid server to fetch the physical application topology and cloud inventory from Cisco ACI Fabric Controller, or APIC. This app adds support for application topology and cloud inventory from Cisco Nexus Dashboard Orchestrator, NDO, formerly Cisco Multi-Site Orchestrator, or MSO, as well as from NXOS standalone switches. The app imports physical and application topology information to map to ServiceNow CMDB tables, and it will also the existing relationships between fetched data elements. The app adds support for NDSC to fetch filtered alarms and automatically create ServiceNow incidents based on those alarms. And that is what's new from the team at Cisco Systems Incorporated. Next up is Contender Cloud Accelerate. Contender Cloud Accelerate speeds cloud adoption, migration, optimization, cost efficiency, and security. I'll highlight here, this is not an app really, it's going to learn more to be contacted by Contender for services, but we'll go ahead and read the key features. On the functional side, control software, hardware, and cloud costs across the enterprise, improve efficiency in IT service and security operations where processes or lack of processes hinder critical business needs, increase visibility into the cost of deployed cloud infrastructure. On the technical side, visibility into what is deployed in cloud environments, understanding of current and future cloud-related costs, and visibility into cloud security and vulnerabilities. And that's what's new from the Contender Solutions, Inc. Next up is data center access. Grant customer representatives access to your data center based on their CIs. Print badges and track keys and badges. Key features: grant customer representative access to your data center based on their CIs. Print badges and track keys. Sorry, I did not know that was going to be the same line as the tagline. And that's what's new from the team at White Brick. Next up from ServiceNow is Impact. Impact core capabilities and workspace. Key features: product adoption roadmap, value dashboards, AI-powered recommendations, accelerator catalog, and platform health. There's a couple more here along with that core application. Impact Common. Let's see what's in that one. Impact Common app for foundational capabilities. The app includes foundational code needed for user management, instance IDI connection, and data sync and data migration. Next, also related to Impact, is Impact Content. Impact Content app for accelerator catalog, global resource, and few other features. Key features: accelerator catalog, content in the global resource table, and learn about Impact. Last one here from ServiceNow around Impact is Impact Health. Optimize your platform health. Key features: a proactive code check, proactive code scan, proactive code check analytics, and multi-instance management. And that's what's new for the team at ServiceNow. Our next new release is INRI NewsGist. NewsGist generates and sends monthly newsletters with dynamic content highlighting key topics from the previous month's news. The app streamlines communication by grouping relevant articles and delivering curated emails to employees every month. Key features: automated content curation, dynamic section grouping, timely delivery, AI-powered summaries, customizable salutations, streamlined workflows, and email integration. And that's what's new from the team at Integridum. And they're doing this to me again. Integridum LLC. The past 2 episodes, now the 3rd episode, I've messed up their name. So sorry, guys. Next up from ServiceNow is Legal Simple Compliance. Streamline your legal compliance requests. Key features: Legal Simple Compliance Suite provides pre-built legal workflows to submit and manage legal compliance requests. The suite installs legal conflict of interest, gifts and entertainment compliance, and legal stock pre-clearance. The legal conflict of interest application has an intake form for various conflict types, conflict of interest workflow, and database of all disclosed conflicts. The gifts and entertainment compliance application has simple intake form to disclose giving and receiving gifts, configurable gifts policies, gifts and entertainment compliance workflow, database of all reported gifts and entertainment disclosures. And the legal stock pre-clearance application has manage employees' requests to sell stocks within the open trading window, and configure a company's access persons list, trading window, and trading holidays. And that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow. Next up is Now Assist for Spokes. Take advantage of the latest AI capabilities for Integration Hub Spokes. And I'll have to say, I went through the list of those 262, and there was a lot of spokes saying they're ready for agent capabilities. So this, I think, pairs well with them. And the key features here: install this application to unlock the latest AI capabilities for Integration Hub Spokes. Next up is the SAP Support Backbone integration. Streamline SAP support with automated SAP case synchronization. Key features: oh my goodness, I love it. Lots of details. Let's see if we can summarize this. allows creating SAP cases out of ServiceNow incidents with a few clicks and keeps them synchronized. It can populate the fields required for creating an SAP case and can update the ServiceNow incident with the changes of the SAP case automatically. This greatly reduces the manual work for IT teams who work on incidents that end up with creating SAP cases. And that's what's new from the team at STA Consulting KFT. Next up is, missed the name, See My CMDB, as I raise my eyebrows. Visualize your CMDB and its level of health and maturity as a 3D CSDM model. Well, that's pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. Key features: high level. For the first time ever, you can view your own CMDB as a CSDM model with simple color codes to indicate health and maturity of the data and visual indicator of relationships. There's detailed analysis and visualize health according to your own stage: crawl, walk, run, fly. It helps drive towards a service-aware organization by clearly showing how CSDM maps the enterprise, helps people see dependencies, and brings disparate teams together. And that's what's new for the team at Context City Ltd. Next up, supplier lifecycle operations integration with Coupa. Sync supplier data from ServiceNow to Coupa. Key features: create and update supplier details from ServiceNow to Coupa, and fetch supplier details from Coupa to ServiceNow. Next up is going to be the unified experience from Genesis. Unite customer service teams and their work across departments. Key features: increase productivity, boost customer loyalty, and reduce total cost of ownership by combining the power of an industry-recognized leader in CCaaS with ServiceNow CSM. You can centralize interaction and work orchestration. There's a unified agent workspace, workforce performance and planning, common data layer, a work automation sync, FedRAMP authorized, flexible voice services. And that's what's new for the team at Genesis Cloud Services Inc. And also from Genesis Cloud Services Inc. is the unified experience from Genesis Core. Unite customer service teams and their work across departments, and the key features are the same that we just read for the previous app, so I won't read them again. And that's what's new from Genesis Cloud Services Inc. And that was our new releases, which leaves us with the highlights. We've got 5 of them this week that came up that were not related to ServiceNow. I believe they're mostly not ServiceNow. Okay, one is not related to ServiceNow. But that is one EITSM Connect was updated to version 6.0.3. And in this one, it's a major release that contains remote connect to a device using TeamViewer direct from Service Operations Workspace. I felt like that was a big enough feature to make sure we highlighted it in the episode. Next up, like I said, the rest are from ServiceNow. First up is API Insights, updated to version 2.0.1. And in this version, you can now import ServiceNow APIs into the CMDB, additional flow to manage relationships between APIs and application services, a new endpoint to push open API specifications from a CI/CD pipeline into a ServiceNow instance, and new filters for the API inventory list. And they changed by redesigning the API details page. Right, our next highlight is also from ServiceNow. Financial Services Card Operations updated to version 10. And in this version, they've added new data fields to dispute intake, card disputes task, and card disputes transaction tables to capture more information. Added fixed script to enable audit for card disputes transaction. Introduced dedicated playbooks for card dispute transaction. Integrated Visa API touchpoint into the case and transaction playbooks for Visa disputes. Added select associated transactions activity in playbook to select associations when Visa integration is enabled. Included a fill additional transaction questions activity for handling disputes involving multiple transactions, and added activities to manage pre-arbitration and arbitration process for Visa disputes. On the change side of things, the card dispute service case playbook now includes a processing lane, and investigation and chargeback actions have been shifted to the transaction level playbook to facilitate independent movement and processing of each transaction. A new report has been added to the dispute agents landing page to highlight instances where acquirers have missed the response deadline. Next up from ServiceNow is Now Assist for IT Service Management, updated version 8. And this version, new in the Yokohama Patch 1 release, use the IT Service Management AI Agent Collection to boost productivity and autonomously resolve business tasks. Let's see if I can, it's formatted weird in a table, so I'm going to see if I can figure out generate post-incident reviews, generate change request plans, categorize incidents, and notify users with Twilio are the new features, or the new AI agent use cases. Let's check out the next Now Assist one. It's Now Assist Skill Discovery and Execution, updated to version 5.0.6. And in this version, they refactor the skills execution to integrate with GPT-4o and Llama LLMs. A new LLM prompts for GPT-4o and Llama, data collector updates, input prompts, follow-up prompts, output prompts, and generation prompts. And what's changed, they've passed the conversation history to the LLM to facilitate a more contextual response generation. All right, and that is what's new, or what's new. Yeah, I guess it's what's new. It's a highlight from the team at ServiceNow. So let's go over what you just saw or heard. That was 18 new releases, 5 highlights, 58 compatibility updates, 106 minor updates, 3 ghost applications, 67 fixes, and 5 release notes fails. Now, if you haven't seen these episodes before, I include a list of every single application that's included in the episode on my blog, so you can go and read, find what you're looking for, and click a hyperlink that takes you to the ServiceNow store so you can get the application or review the application right there in the store. So trying to make this easy for you to understand what was updated and what you may be interested in. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new, what was updated, or what was removed from the ServiceNow store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.